when making a joint, I do need to allow for a little room for glue. So I want this to be able to slide in easily. You can see how that just goes right in there. And I'll clamp this, but I want to leave about 2 or 3 thousandths on each side of that tenon for the glue. So what I want to do then is, instead of moving the position of the wood being cut 45 thousandths, I want to go about 50 thousandths of an inch. And we do that with this micro-fence. That's really too small a dimension to measure well with anything to determine exactly what the relationship of the fence is to the blade. It's easier to measure our movement from one position to another. So what I've done is I've designed a fence that's just a taper. It's real simple to make. I'll take this apart and show you. So this is just 2 pieces of plywood, 3/4 inch birch. It doesn't matter how thick the plywood is. You want it thick enough to be rigid. It doesn't matter how long or wide it is. Really, that doesn't impact the precision. The only thing that impacts how much it adjusts as you move it is the thickness of whatever spacer you put in here over the length that it pivots from. So in this case, I made a relief cut here so that this outer fence portion pivots on that relief cut. And I used a piece of 1/4 inch MDF as a spacer here. This piece of 1/4 inch MDF measured 221 thousandths of an inch thick. So if I wanted a 51, and I do want a 50-to-1 ratio, if I have 11 inches from this fulcrum to where the front edge contacts this opening, an 11-inch gap with a 22 or 221 thousandths rise gives me that 50-to-1. And I haven't really cut anything to fit. I've just working with standard stock, putting a standard piece of MDF in there, and I'm screwing it together here and then right at the fulcrum, so that I don't want to put screws in the gap because it'll cause this to bend a little bit. So put screws right where you've got support. And then you want to test it. Oh, another thing I've done is I've got a screw inside here buried that allows me to engage. It's inset into this one. It allows me to engage the sliding T-slots on my fence. From what I've seen in the market for bandsaw fences, most of them have some sort of sliding T-slot mechanism. And I'm not going to get into more specifics about making this because every fence is a little bit different. This is one that I made, but it doesn't matter. Every fence has a way of attaching this, and you just need to figure out how to stop it in a fixed position.